Good evening, guys. This is JIDEX Academy, and I'm here to take you guys on transportation method, balanced transportation model using Vogel Approximation method, also known as penalty method. So Vogel Approximation method, it is an improvement of the least cost method that generates a better initial solution. It makes use of opportunity cost principles in order to make allocation to various cells by minimizing the penalty cost. The steps in this method are: step 1, compute for each row or column the penalty by subtracting the smallest units from the next smallest unit cost in the row. Step 2, select the row or column with the highest penalty and then allocate as much as possible to the variable with the least cost in the selected row or column. Any task should be handled habitually. Then step 3, adjust the supply and demand and cross out the exhausted row or column. If a row and a column are simultaneously exhausted, only one of the two is crossed out and the other assigned zero supply or demand. Step 4, compute the next penalty by considering uncrossed row or column and go back to step 2. Step 5, exactly when one row or column remains uncrossed, then allocate the leftover and stop. So those are the steps required to solve the Vogel approximation method. So this is my penalty table. There are many ways of setting your penalty table, but this is the way I choose to do mine because it's the easiest way and there's less confusion there. So I advise you guys to use this. So let's quickly go into the question. For row A, 18 is the least cost, then next to it is 21. Therefore the difference there is 3. You write it down. For row 2, 18 is still the least cost while the following least cost is 19. So the difference between 18 and 19 is 1. Row 3, which is row C, 24 is the least cost. 24 is the least cost and the next least cost is 25. Therefore the difference is 1. For column X, 19 is the least while 21 is the next to it. Therefore the difference between 19 and 21 is 3. Is 2. Therefore the least cost here is 0. For column W, 24 is the least cost while the next to the least cost is 27. The difference there is 3. For column Z, 20 is the least cost while the next to it is 22. Therefore the difference there is 2. So you find the one with the highest penalty. So there are 2 high penalties. You can decide to pick any one of them. So I choose to pick the one here. So for this penalty, you pick the one with the least amount. This one is for the row. So I pick the row penalty. Therefore the least cost there is what? 18. So you assign it. Which of the 2 is less? The supply is less. So you write supply 50. You cancel out this. Nothing remains. Then you cancel out this. Remains 20. So you cancel out the rest because there's nothing more to be assigned here. So you cross it out. There's nothing that can be assigned to row A again. So you look for another penalty table. So what's the difference? The least cost here is 19. 19 and 24. That's 5. The least cost here is 5. For the column, this is 7 because the difference between it is 7. For column W is 4. For column Z is 5. For row B, because there's nothing else to be assigned here, you just put dash. So you cross it out dash because there's nothing to assign here. Then the least cost here is what? 18. Next to it is 19. So the difference there is 1. For row C, the least cost here is 24, while the next to it is 25, so it's 1. The one with the highest penalty here is what? 7. You circle it. Then you pick the least cost here. You pick the least cost. So the least cost here is what? 18. Therefore, what are you going to allot? You allot 22 because between the demand and supply, 20 is the least. So you allot 20. Cancel 0. You subtract 20 from this, then you have 40. So there's nothing to assign here again. You cross it out because there's nothing to allocate there again. Therefore, you look for another penalty table. You draw on that penalty table. You look for another penalty table. What's the difference between the least cost here? It's still the same thing. 5. For here is dash because there's nothing to allocate here again, because to allocate here is 0. Therefore, the least cost here is still 4. The least cost here is 5. Why? For this place is still dash. The least cell here is 19. So the next one is what? 24. The difference here is 5. While for this row, the difference here is 1. So we have like 3 different highest rank. You can pick any of the one you choose. So I decided. So allocate this. This is the one with the highest penalty cell. So you pick the least cost here, and the least cost here is what? 19. So which one is the biggest among the two? Is your supply, which is 40. Therefore, you write your 40. You cross this out. You cross this out, 10. There's nothing to allocate here again. You cancel it out. So this is what you are left with. This is what you are left with to solve. Then you look for another penalty row. Here you just have 24. Here you dash 28. Then here 25. So for this row, the difference there is 3. There's nothing to allocate here. You put dash. You put 3. So the one with the highest cell here is 28. Therefore, the one with the least, there's nothing to allocate, so you just put it directly. So the least cost here is what? 30. You put 30. You cross out this 0. You cross out this 20. You look for the another cell again, still the same thing. 24 dash 25. Then the difference here is still, the difference here is 1. So the one you put dash here, dash. The one with the highest penalty here is 25. So the least cost there is 25, and what can we allocate? The one with the less value, which is 10. You can cross out this 10, and here we have 10 left. So there's nothing to, you don't need to create another penalty row again, because we are left with 24 and 10. So therefore you allocate 10 here. 0, cancel it. So we are done with it. Then therefore the next thing to do is to look for the total cost. So starting from 19, $24 plus 18 in brackets. 18 in brackets 20, which is here, close bracket, plus 28 plus 25 and 10. Therefore, our total cost that is our total cost. So that's all that you need to know in Vogel approximation. So that's the total cost, that's the penalty table. 3,350 is our total cost. So kindly like and subscribe to my channel, so therefore you can get and turn on the notification bell to get updates whenever I post a new video.